Hi, I'm Sam Butcher of Butcher Elder Law. So, what I'd like to discuss with you for a few moments is whether it's a good idea to use what's known as a transfer on death designation affidavit, a TODDA, to transfer your home to your adult children upon death. And sometimes that's not a bad alternative. And we do help some of our clients create that TODDA. But it's not always the best idea. Why not? Well, to begin with, if you create that TODDA, you obviously still have full ownership and control of that property while you're living, and it's not protected. And so if you wind up needing long-term care, it may be protected for a well spouse living at home. But if you're single, if you need long-term care as a single individual, that home's not going to be protected. So considering putting that home in an asset protection trust becomes a wise idea, so that you can protect that home. You still have control of the home. You still have the exclusive right to the use and occupancy of the home for the rest of your life, but it's protected. In the event you need long-term care, you're not going to lose the value of the home. Now, there's another consideration, I think, as to why it's not always a good idea to use a transfer on death designation affidavit to transfer your home outside the probate process when you pass away. And that is a situation in which you may have multiple children to whom you want to leave that home, and they don't all agree on the sale price. Or one child may say, I think we should sell the home as is. Another child might say, no, I think we should invest more money in the home and fix it up because we'll get a greater return on the sale of the home. Or one has a spouse that's unwilling to sign off on his or her dower rights because they're in disagreement. So maybe it works out very harmoniously. Maybe all the kids get along. Maybe all their spouses sign off. Maybe it's not an issue, but it could be. If, on the other hand, you have your home in a trust, or your home is subject to your last will and testament, then you've got a single person. You've got a successor trustee who's going to have the authority to sell the home. Or if you have a will-based estate plan, you've got an executor who's going to have the authority to sell the home. And although there are guidelines they have to follow, they've got to make sure that they do the best they can for all the beneficiaries by selling the home, at market value for as much as they can obtain on the sale of the home. They still don't need a consensus from all the beneficiaries in order to be able to act. You've got a single person, and sometimes that might be a better way to go when it comes to the transfer of your home. So we find that every client situation is different. We're all unique. And so we'd be happy to sit down with you, discuss your situation, talk about ways of transferring the home on death, and see what is the best in your situation. You can schedule an appointment by calling us at 440-268-8284 or visiting us online at butcherelderlaw.com. Thanks.